Gardening tips number 2, scene 1, take 1.
Good afternoon, this is Dennis Hubbard, starting on tips number 2. But before I do so, I will make a point of pointing out that on tips number 1, I've probably misled people. I've got 2 classic gardening books, very highly thought of, and with a kiwi plant or vine, whichever you call it. One book says you shouldn't prune, and the other book, equally popular, said you must prune. Now, whatever you do is up to you, but I like to prove these things out myself, which I'm going to do with my kiwi vine, which you'll see later on. Right, now, to have a garden you must have water, and whilst they do say that tap water is better for young plants, very young plants, I've never found that to be the case. Now, I have here the capacity for 100 gallons of rainwater. When those 3, there are 3, you can't see one of them, but one of them behind, you can't see behind, but between them there's about 100 gallons of water, which is enough to last from one rainfall to the other. Now, you see I've tapped in to the gutter. What you must do on a shared gutter like that is get the agreement of your neighbour, obviously. And Peter, my neighbour, has kindly said he couldn't care of monkeys. So, but you must, if you ever tap into something like that, you must get the agreement of your neighbour. What happens if they move and somebody else comes in, I don't know. Anyway, the top one is the feeder. The feeder comes straight from the thing, and that feeds in to the second one, which is empty with the tap at the bottom. Tap at the bottom. Now we'll go around to the third. See the third tub. Now, that's the feeder one that goes into that one over there, and that one over there feeds into this one. Right? That one feeds into that one, then that one feeds into this one. And at the same time, we've got all the water coming off the greenhouse. Now, to get the water from the feeder tub, we've got a tap here. That's, see? From the bottom one, this is the bottom, right at bottom, we've got a pipe here, gravity. You must remember, this is not Gardener's World and it's not Chelsea Flowers Show. What it is, it's a small garden. It's a small garden on a small budget by a small man. There we are. That's the water situation all sorted out. Now we'll go into the greenhouse. If you'd like to bring the camera into the greenhouse, don't touch anything because it'll fragilate. Right. Tomatoes, these are the first crop of the year. Now what you've got to be careful with tomatoes and make absolutely sure, you can see this close up, can you? You get suckers come between, just above the leaf stem. They've got to come off, because if you have them it'll just go out the bush and you'll get tiny little tomatoes. But there are the tomatoes already done. Down there, there's tomatoes down there. I'm using 4 trusses, and these have been stopped now at 4 trusses. I can tell you a little bit more about that when we get to another part of the garden. But there are 4 trusses. Here I've got 2 tomato plants which were left over, so make the best of what happens. It would, rather than throw them away, I put them in a pot. In the middle is a melon. Now they are like everything else, fresh from the garden. They're beautiful. What I did a couple of years ago, I crossed a melon with a cucumber, and I got what I called a malumba, and it was an absolute horror. So I didn't do it again. It didn't look like anything. It didn't taste like anything. But here are the cucumbers from my own seed. They're the tomato plants from Elsa Craig, some of the best. My father used to grow these 50 years ago, 60, 70, 80, 90 years ago, and they are just about the best for this climate. Cucumbers, F1 Super Bell, small ones, but a cucumber from here compared to a cucumber from the supermarket or even the market, wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Now, we've got all that sorted out. Have you seen this? Come on, let's have a look at the cucumbers. The thing is with these cucumbers, this is a female plant, guaranteed female. If it was a male plant, it wouldn't produce. One thing I have got here that I've never seen before, can you bring the camera down here? I don't know what that is. I don't know what, I just don't know what that is. It's something quite different from what I've ever had before. But we'll see.
With no flower on it.
We'll see how it develops.
The thing is, with this greenhouse, you get the smell of the tomato plants. Which is
You get the atmosphere, yes,
Yeah,
and
right.
it is something that I grew up with.
That's it then. That's it then for number 2 then, is it?
I'm started yet.
That's it for number 2.
No, it isn't.
Thank you very much then. We'll carry on with number 3 as soon as we've prepared number 3. Thank you.